Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Coffee Talk with Soa, your new morning show where real talk happens every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Good morning, good morning. How y'all doing? How y'all doing in the cafe? Are you ready for some hot and steamy conversation this morning? What you drinking on? What you sipping on? Caramel macchiato? That's my favorite beverage right there. That's how I get my day started. Hot and steamy.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi there. How are you?
Hello.
How are you, Miss Constance?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing
Good.
good. Good. Well, the volume is good. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sipping on my favorite morning beverage. What do you have? A bottle of water, and you have something hot, some tea, lemon, or something like that?
Right now, I just have water.
Okay. Well, that works. That works.
Yes.
We're going to go ahead and get started momentarily. Just a few things I want to remind you of that. So, if any point you hear any music playing, so if you're speaking during that time, I'll ask you to quickly wrap that up. We're transitioning into a commercial or something. So,
Okay.
just want you to be mindful of if you hear any music playing in the background. The other thing is that if you hear me saying something like, yeah, okay, that kind of thing, I'm trying to close out this segment so we can transition. I have another question lined up for you.
Okay.
Okay, so sometimes we may stay in a certain place too long and we want to move it so we can get through the content within a time frame. So I may push you along and you may hear that. So
Okay.
that's what that means.
All
Okay.
right.
Otherwise, it's a conversation. Be conversational. Be open, transparent, and I'll focus on the selling the books. You focus on letting them know who you are.
All right. Sounds
Okay.
good. Yes.
All right. So we are about to get started.
Okay.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Coffee Talk with Soy, your new morning show where real talk happens every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Good morning, good morning. How y'all doing? How y'all doing in the cafe? Are you ready for some hot and steamy conversation this morning? What you drinking on? What you sipping on? Caramel macchiato? That's my favorite beverage right there. That's how I get my day started. Hot and steamy.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And I'm excited to be here this morning. I hope you're excited too. I have an amazing show lined up for you this morning. I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited that I've already lost my voice. How does that happen? How does that how does that happen? But I tell you what, even with my sore throat, oh, I probably shouldn't say that. I may alarm some people. I'm hoping I'm staying safe and COVID free. But all of a sudden, I have a frog in my throat. But I'm going to get rid of that and I'm going to push on through. On with our show. All right, so if soy means I am, therefore you are bold, beautiful, intelligent, amazing, and leaving your insecurities and inabilities to be tested, then rested while you have real talk with soy. That's what this show is all about. Coming to a platform where you can unapologetically be you. Stop stewing and start brewing. It's a new day here on Coffee Talk with Soy. I got it out. I got it out, y'all. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, as you know, I'm sipping on my favorite morning beverage, which is caramel macchiato. And every now and then, I try something different. I may try ginger tea. Another one of my favorites is just simply hot water with lemon and a little bit of turmeric and a little bit of cayenne pepper. Just a little spicy. I like that as well. So I'm always looking for recipes and other things to try. I know one of the things I probably haven't done in the past is take better care of my voice. I spend the bulk of my time interviewing people during the week and also on the weekend. So I'm always talking. Yes, I'm always talking. And in that, I've learned to listen to, but I'm always talking, and I probably don't drink enough beverages to soothe and coat my throat as I should. So I am working on that, and I want you to help me work on that by sending me some coating or coping or therapeutic recipes that I can use for my for my cords. So y'all look out for me and help me out and send me something, okay? Now I hope you have been staying safe. I hope y'all been staying safe out there. It's real. The pandemic is real. Violence is real. Fighting for our civil rights is real. Needing to vote more now than ever is real. So there's a lot going on in our communities. There's a lot going on out there. And today, our guest that's in the cafe with me today is a person who's also had a lot going on. And she is going to share with us her journey. She's going to share with us her journey, and she's going to share with us how she got through her journey. Now, I want y'all to listen to what this woman is going to say to us because so many of us are also experiencing a crisis right now. Not just what's going on nationally, but personally, a crisis, financial crisis, health crisis. And I want you all to listen because what I tried to bring to you is some hope, a light of hope. um, hope through prayer, hope through dedication, hope through determination, and saying to yourself, no matter what, I'm going to get up from this, I'm going to rise again, and I'm going to walk in the life that was meant for me to walk in. And I want you all to have this from a woman who's just experienced this. And so what she did was she took her experiences and documented it, what we do, the good old book. Yes. So the title of this book is Longing to Be on the Other Side of the Storm. Constance Bell is in the studio with me this morning. Now, Miss Bell is not only an author, but she is the president of CEO of Life Instructions LLC. She is also an insurance broker, a graduate of Lawrence Technological University, and a graduate of Word of Faith International Christian Center. So, for more information about her, visit her website at www.constancebell.com. But for now, I want you to give her a warm welcome to the show. Good morning, Connie. How are you? I call her Connie. Hey, honey.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning, Soy. Thank you for inviting me to Coffee Talk with Soy.
You're more than welcome. Thank you for accepting the invitation. Thank you so much.
Yes. It's great to be here. It's a great morning.
It is a great morning. How did you spend your morning prior to the show? What were you doing?
Oh my goodness. Creating my list of all the things that I have to do to start with and taking my daily walk.
Oh, you got that in. Good
Got my
for
walk in, got my
you.
prayer, my praise, my worship. Started my day nice, bright, and early,
Oh,
and I'm
wow.
ready.
Good for you. You got your walk in. We have to remember to do that because we don't always take good care of ourselves.
Yes.
We don't. We think we have more time. We think we'll do it later, and later becomes later. Later becomes tomorrow, next week, next month. And you look up and it's August 1st and you ain't done nothing you said you was going to do all year. How many of y'all out there experiencing that right now? Oh God. Oh God. Okay. Okay. So Connie, I gave you a nice warm intro, a nice warm welcome because I'm just taken by your story. I'm taken by your message and just your ability to keep going and to fight no matter what. Where does that come from?
Well, a lot of things I believe that are instilled in us at very early ages. And one thing about me, my name, words are important. My name is Constance, so I'm constant. I'm relentless. And I just, it's the consistency. You mentioned about walking. There are some things in life you just have to do it. When I get up, I don't think about, okay, should I walk? I just do it.
Okay. You just do it. You just do
Just
it.
do
You
it.
just do it. You just do it. Like Nike
Hmm.
says, just do it, right? Just do it.
Yes,
Just do
absolutely.
it. Okay. Just do it. I'm processing that and I used to have this sign above my bed. I made this sign and I put it above my bed and it says that destination it says I'm trying to remember what I put up there. It said that it said just do it. And I will have, well, one thing, I will have these confirmations in my bedroom and I will put it up. If I needed to focus on something for a certain task or a certain period of time, I will put a message up. Now, some people use music to guide and direct them, or I guess it was an affirmation that I would get up and look at every morning. And
Hmm.
it would remind me or kind of get me focused. And I'm thinking that I probably need to put that one up there because I promise you I thought about whether I should have walked this morning. I thought about it, Connie. I should have just did it.
Yeah.
I should have just did it. Longing to be on the other side of the storm. So, what was the passion behind this book, Connie? Why write this book?
I was compelled to write this book to share my experiences and to acknowledge God as the source of all power and healing. And it's hopeful that I can encourage people that no matter what they're going through in life, no matter what storm they're facing, that they can make it through if they don't give up. So I wanted to, along with some of my friends, could not have done it with the co-writers. It was a total of 8 writers that assisted me in sharing my experience through their viewpoint, through their eyes, which they witnessed as they walked through this situation with me. So it's important to make sure you have family and friends. And again, you have to imagine yourself, no matter what you're going through, whether it's financial, whether it's spiritual, so many things that are going on now with the COVID-19. But we just have to be able to keep going. We all have assignments and purposes in life, and we have to make sure that we run our race and that we complete our assignment. And one way is through encouragement.
So, for those who don't know, I want you to purchase the book to learn more about Connie's story. But she had um, a medical challenge, and Connie, you want to quickly tell them what that medical condition was and why it was a challenge for you.
Well, I want them to read the book, and they'll find out what the challenge was. But it was a life threatening challenge. It was something that occurred over a few years, and it was finally revealed to me at the critical time. It was necessary for me to know what was going on. Other than that, I would not have lived. So it was a life threatening challenge, and it's to me it's a reminder that we have to pay attention to our bodies. Because even if we go to the doctor, we have to be able to tell the doctor what's going on. And remember, they're practicing medicine based on what we're sharing with them. So it's most important for us to pay attention to our bodies, pay attention to the signs. If there's something going on that's different, write it down, journal it. So when you go to your doctor appointment, you'll be able to explain to them exactly what's going on.
Yeah, that's true. I am a survivor of lymphoma, which is a blood cancer, and I would often visit my oncologist with a list of things that was happening to me, and I would kind of encourage other patients to document it too, because we go there thinking they have the answers, you know. And I remember my first few visits, I felt like fix me, make me whole, make me better, send me home, you know, to my family, and it was up to me to help make that happen. So it's not that we go there and we sit there expecting them to have a magic potion. It was hard for me to kind of process and realize too that this is, or it was, and it still is, I guess, the practice of medicine, and it's based on information that's provided to them. So that's something that in our culture, you know, we just grow up thinking that the doctor's going to fix it. And we go there and we come home like, what they say? Oh, they said this, they said, as if we don't have any input, as we don't have the power to decide. But we do, and we have to own it, and be knowledgeable about what we're experiencing and what we're going through, so we can make better choices about our lives and how we deal with our medical conditions. So definitely, I definitely can agree with you on that. I've lived that part of the story, on that side of the storm. On that side of the storm. So in the book, Connie, I'm gonna point out a couple of things that I found to be um, um, striking to me. She talks about warfare, and we're gonna let her explain what warfare is. But we're gonna take a quick break, and let me pay the bills and do this call for advertisement, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Have you heard sponsorships are requested? Coffee Talk with Soy is looking for dynamic entrepreneurs like yourself. If you're motivated, energetic with a message or product, consider advertising with us. It's a win-win. For more information on those advertising and sponsorship packages, visit the website Coffee Talk with Soy or call me at 515-I-GOT-SOY. And again, that's 515-I-GOT-SOY.
All right, for those of you who are just joining us, I have Constance Bell in the cafe with me, and she says that her name is Constant, and she's constantly moving on. She's a winner. She's a winner. She's here with me in the cafe. But we're talking about her new book that she has out. She's promoting, and it's a book of encouragement. It's a book that talks about how she got through and got on the other side of the storm. I thought this content was so appropriate because there's so many people going through a storm right now, And it may be because of the pandemic, or the pandemic has made your storm worse. But at any point, I felt that this is a good tool to help. So I just pointed out that in chapter 8, Connie talks about warfare. And I love that the book is an easy read. When you get it, you'll see that the book is an easy read. And it's almost like the chapters kind of jump out at you. And I don't know how many of you are crazy or weird like me. Like I read things from the back cover first. I kind of do this weird thing, but and I thought I was weird. Sometimes I was embarrassed to say that, but I learned that intelligent people do that, so I'm okay. I'm okay with it now. No, knowing that it's normal. But when I pick up a book, I go from the back. Magazines, no matter what it is, I always read the back, and I browse from the back to the front. And then I look at the table of contents. It's weird, but when I did that with Connie's book, a couple of chapters jumped out at me. So, Connie, tell me about warfare and what that chapter was about.
Well, first of all, for me, warfare is when you're going through things in life. We all have test trials, and anytime in a storm, that's warfare because it has the potential to harm you. And what a storm is a violent disturbance. So when you're being attacked, you have to get into the mode. And I am a believer, and so even in the Word of God, it talks about warfare, about standing your ground, like putting on your armor and knowing that words are so powerful. And many times when you're going through something, you have a tendency of saying what you're going through. And if you don't have a positive attitude, then you're going to start speaking doubt and disbelief and more of death versus when you have a positive attitude, you have to know. You have to, again, stand your ground and know that you're going to make it through this. So, again, warfare is something that we're going through right now with this coronavirus. It's a warfare. So we have to stand our ground. One thing that I do, you do either your confessions, prayer, but I, in advance, take authority because we do have authority and power. And I speak the words, like I already say. My house is no disease, germ, viruses, no plagues can come up against my home, and I speak the same thing over my children. So it's so important to take authority over the situation and use your imagination to see yourself through it. I wanted to know that I was going to make it through this, and that's why it's called longing to be on the other side, because there's a process, and you need to be prepared, and you can't try to prepare in the middle of the storm. This is a lifestyle. So you have to know in advance, no matter what I go through, that I'm going to make it through it. And you have to actually speak it. Speak the words over yourself. Again, when you're going through a warfare, make sure that you have a strong support group. Make sure that you have a strong foundation in order to make it through this. Otherwise, a storm is going to come and try to take you away with it. So with the chapter on warfare, it just talks about how everything was coming up against me, but I had to make a decision that I was going to have a victory over this no matter what I encountered. Things that in life that we don't expect to happen. No one ever expects to go through anything. And then when it does, with the diagnosis, it can really shake your entire world. But again, you have to make up in your mind that you have the victory in advance and that you will get through it.
I find that especially with Christians that we say, trust God, lean on God. We have these scriptures that we lean on, that we I want to say recite. I don't want to say believe, because I find that sometimes we don't rise up. We don't rise up to what and who we say we believe in. Sometimes we sit dormant to things, and not because it is the will of God. It's because the fear of who we are. And sometimes I know that there are people out there who are just mighty and powerful and great and revealing their spirit and their character. and regardless of what storm is heading their way, they find the courage to rise up and to stand against it, and that is not that you're not fearful when you do that. It's your belief, that causes you to fight the fear, no matter what it is. I remember that when I was going through my medical challenge with cancer, and I wouldn't even allow anyone to say the word in the house. We talking about,
Mhm.
we like the C word. Don't say it, because the word had so much power, and it meant death, and I didn't want
Yes.
anyone to speak it. But at that time, my pastor told me that giants do fall, and you can
Mhm.
overcome that, and I held on to that, and through that chant, and through prayers, and through education about myself and my medical condition, I was able to fight through it. So I just wanted to encourage someone that's out there and may be in a state of fear or paralyzed by their um, situation, that giants
Mhm.
do fall, and there is an opportunity for you to be on the other side of the storm. Connie, where can people get a copy of this amazing material that you've written? Where can they get this book?
Well, I have a website, and they can go to longingtobe.com and purchase the book, or they
Hmm.
can call me at 248 200 7095. And that was longingtobe.com, and phone number 248 200 7095.
Hmm. Is there anything else you wanna say to the audience before we close out the show?
Well, just like you were saying, many times we say and we recite and we think that we're strong in faith until you all of a sudden are tested. So is it really something that you live by? Is it, there can be faith and fear at the same time, but you want to make sure that your faith will overcome whatever fear that you're experiencing, because we are still human. We still have the humanity part of us
Hmm.
that, when you hear a diagnosis, that it can shake your very world. But you just have to know, yes, the diagnosis may indeed be the fact, but for me, God was the truth. And He said that I was an overcomer. So all the things that I have been learning through life, I said that I'm a believer. I say that I'm strong in my faith, but are you really? And when the test comes, that will tell whether or not is this a part of your lifestyle? Is this really a relationship that you have with God, or is it all superficial? So I wanted to encourage people, no matter what you're going through, as you said at the beginning, whether it be financial, whether it be there's so many things that are going on in the world this day, but we can overcome all of it, no matter what you're going through. But you can't give up. You can't quit, and just make sure that God's word for me is the words of God are so essential to know and to have a relationship with God and to have your family and friends, and to make sure you take authority over whatever's going on, and you can make it. You have to see yourself on the other side of the storm, and you can make it through it.
Absolutely, absolutely. See yourself on the other side of the storm, and you can make it through. I want to thank you, Connie, for hanging out with me in the cafe today. I've definitely enjoyed having you here with me, and that's an amazing picture you sent of yourself. You standing up there looking like you mean business. I, lo- I love it. I love it. Thank you for hanging out with me in the cafe. We've enjoyed
Thank
having you.
you for Coffee
Yes.
Talk with Soy. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, folks. I just got a quick announcement, and then I'm gonna go ahead and close out the show. One is that we have been partnering with black-owned businesses, and I want to remind you to visit the website Coffee Talk with Soy, and so that you can be listed on the business directory. So just reach out to me by maybe the contact form, or you can dial 515 I got soy. Leave a message or email me at soylatte.com. We want to promote all of our minority businesses and just to support you. And I'm creating a business directory here. So again, visit the website coffeetalkwithsoy.com and fill out the form, and we'll get more information from you so that we can list your business there. All right. It's been an amazing Saturday. I love you all. Thank you for hanging out with me in the cafe today. And I look forward to seeing you next Saturday here on Coffee Talk with Soy, your new morning show. Have a good Saturday, y'all. Thank you.
I just love this show, Coffee Talk with Soy. That is your new morning show where real talk happens every Saturday at 10 a.m. I'd like to thank the listeners and the guests for joining me in the cafe today. What a wonderful time we had. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Don't forget to download the app Coffee Talk with Soy from your app store. It's available on iTunes and Google Play. Stay connected, folks, by visiting the website coffeetalkwithsoy.com, as well as looking for us under your social media sites. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram under the name Coffee Talk with Soy. Remember, the size of the problem is never the issue. Remember, it's the size of you. Be great because you are awesome. Tell them Soy said so. Thanks for listening. Have a great week. Bye-bye.